Leaders gather ahead of the NATO Vilnius summit as Ukraine hopes to be asked to join the group. Lawmakers in Republika Srpska are officially rejecting the rules of the Constitutional Court of Bosnia and Herzegovina. With less than a week to go before the start of the NATO summit in Vilnius, several leaders have been making it clear what they expect from the meeting. The Ukrainian president wants a formal invitation for his country to join the alliance to come from the discussions. He says the ball is in NATO's court.
Ще одне. Залишається рівно тиждень до ключового дня саміту НАТО у Вільнюсі, а отже, тиждень до ключового моменту для нашої спільної безпеки в Європі. Максимально працюємо з партнерами, щоб наша спільна безпека у Вільнюсі перемогла. Все залежить від партнерів.
The Polish president, who's just started a three-day state visit to Lithuania, wants NATO to guarantee the greatest possible security and an abbreviated access route to the alliance for Ukraine. It's a position shared in Warsaw by the prime ministers of Poland and Italy.
One of the EU's top courts says Carles Puigdemont and two other Catalan pro-independence MEPs can have their parliamentary immunity taken away. The ruling by the General Court of the EU on Wednesday opens up the way for Spain to reactivate an extradition request for the three lawmakers. In 2017, Puigdemont, Toni Comín and Clara Ponsati fled to Belgium after the illegal independence referendum in Catalonia. Puigdemont has already announced that they will appeal the judgment.
Creo que ha quedado acreditado, insisto, que se nos persigue por razones estrictamente políticas. Y hasta hoy hemos pensado, y de ahí viene parte de nuestra estrategia, y va a continuar siendo así, que esto en Europa no tenía cabida. Nos lo creíamos y nos lo creemos. Yo al menos sí. Como europeísta, esta es mi convicción y por tanto no voy a dejar de insistir en esa vía. Y no voy a dejar de hacer valer mis derechos.
In 2021, the European Parliament waived the immunity of the three MEPs, but they later challenged this decision. Now the EU's General Court has dismissed this appeal. The MEP who chaired the Legal Affairs Committee where the immunity was initially revoked says the pressure the three Catalan politicians have suffered is unfair.
Hemos sufrido intoxicaciones, presiones, amenazas. Una presión sin precedentes en la historia de esta casa en un procedimiento de suplicatorio. Aun con todo, la sentencia confirma lo que ya sabíamos y lo que yo vengo defendiendo desde hace 3 años, que el proceso de levantamiento de inmunidad del Parlamento ha sido impecable y realizado con todas las garantías.
The Spanish government says it's satisfied with the ruling, but it remains to be seen whether it will reactivate the European arrest warrant and also how the Belgian justice system will respond. In the meantime, the situation in Spain has changed. In January 2023, the penal code was reformed with the aim of lowering tensions with pro-independence supporters. This means that they would no longer be tried for sedition, but instead for embezzlement and disobedience, likely meaning lower sentences.
Lawmakers in the Bosnian Serb region of Republika Srpska have declared they will no longer apply the rules of the Constitutional Court of Bosnia and Herzegovina. The move has increased political tension.
Mi smo ovdje za potpuno čišćenje Bosne i Hercegovine od strane bilo kakvog stranog utjecaja, ne samo od lažnih visokih predstavnika i stranih sudija u Ustavnom sudu, nego i od američkog ambasadora koji se upliće u unutrašnje stvari Bosne i Hercegovine bez ikakvog razloga.
The new law means anyone who doesn't carry out the decisions of the Constitutional Court will be legally protected. Leaders in Republika Srpska are angry at the composition of the Constitutional Court of Bosnia and Herzegovina, on which they only have 2 judges and less power than the other 7. But the move may breach the 1995 Dayton Peace Agreement.
Nakon donošenja ovog zakona, Republika Srpska će štititi svoje građane ukoliko odluče da ne poštuju Ustav. Opisno govorim. I ja sam pitao neki dan javno, je li to podrazumijeva i oružanu zaštitu? Jer Republika Srpska ima oružanu silu na hiljade dugih cijevi kroz policiju. A to znači rat.
Members of the Parliamentary Assembly of Bosnia Herzegovina say Milorad Dodik is suggesting foreigners still have influence in the Constitutional Court, even though the Dayton Agreement said such judges should only be present for 5 years.
Ali ovdje se radi o, kako rekao, krivičnom dijelu pobune, o pravnoj secesiji i napadu na Daytonski sporazum.
And senior officials from Bosnia and Herzegovina have linked the situation in Srpska to Serbia's refusal to acknowledge Kosovo as an independent state.
Dodik možda pokušava olakšati ili otežati Vučiću, još uvijek nisam siguran šta se tu zapravo dešava. To pitanje o teritorijalnom integritetu Srbije i pitanju Kosova kao konačnog rješenja.
Više političkih aktera smatra da iza poteza Republike Srpske stoji loša ekonomska situacija Republike Srpske. Posljednje plate u javnom sektoru su kasnile nekoliko dana da bi na kraju bile isplaćene, ali bez doprinosa. Također, Republika Srpska do kraja ove godine treba da vrati više od oko 500 miliona evra duga. Na sve to, ubiranje poreza je palo. Slaven Dimitrić, Euronews.
The head of the International Atomic Energy Agency has visited the Fukushima nuclear plant to try and allay safety fears. On Tuesday, Rafael Grossi announced the body's approval for Japan's plans to release treated wastewater into the sea. The clean-up after the partial reactor meltdown following the 2011 tsunami has taken years, but Grossi insists it's now safe.
For the past 5 hours or so, I have been visiting different places, different locations, and I was also able to look closer to the facilities that are in preparation in case there is a decision to start with the controlled discharges, and I was satisfied with what I saw.
Earlier, Grossi gave the same message to local fishers and farmers worried about reputational harm to their products. Japan's neighbours are also concerned. China has long opposed the water release plan.
日本福岛核污染水排海关乎重大国际公共利益，不容含糊，不容闪失。中方敦促日方尊重科学，尊重事实，不要企图将机构报告当作启动排海的挡箭牌，忠实履行国际道义责任和国际法义务。
And while South Korea's government says it respects the IAEA's decision, it hasn't entirely succeeded in reassuring its citizens. Activists in Seoul say the nuclear watchdog didn't consider alternatives to water discharge.
A new ban issued by Afghanistan's ruling Taliban, forcing the closure of women's beauty salons, has been greeted with dismay by Afghan women and anger from the international community. The group have given salons throughout the country a month's notice to wind down their businesses. There has been no reason given for the ban.
یک سال میشه که در این آرایشگاه کار میکنم. یکی دو روز میشه که از طرف طالبان اطلاع پخش شده که آرایشگاه را میخواین بسته کنن. لطفاً ازتان تقاضا میکنیم این کار را نکنین، به خاطر که ما به خاطر یک چند روپیه حلال با پیدا کردنش اینجا آمدیم. مکتب سر زنا بند، آرایشگاه بند، هیچ قسم زن در جامعه چه حق زندگی کردن نداره.
فکر میکنم دیگه مسجد که بشه باید با خونه بشینم بیکار بی همه چی دیگه رنج میشم، مریض میشم. تنها امید من بود که میامدم اینجا ساعت نتیر بود دیگه با خونه که برو خود من میفهم دیگه تنها باشم دیگه بی از مریض میشم.
It's the latest curb on the rights and freedoms of Afghan women and girls after being barred from education, public spaces and most forms of employment. The ban has triggered a fierce international uproar, increasing the country's isolation at a time when its economy has collapsed and worsening an already worrying humanitarian crisis.
Following unrest and disturbances in classrooms across the Netherlands, the government has informed schools that in a few months it will ban the use of cell phones by pupils. Meanwhile, some schools have done so already, in a move welcomed by the Education Minister.
We hebben dus ook niet op dit moment gekozen voor een wettelijk verbod. We gaan ook wel heel scherp kijken of dit werkt, deze afspraak. Want dan zou natuurlijk altijd nog ook wel een wettelijk verbod mogelijk zijn. Maar ik ga er eigenlijk vanuit dat we dit met elkaar kunnen regelen.
But many students say it's a bad idea because phones can sometimes be work tools.
Bij biologie echt wel heel vaak, bij Nederlands al heel vaak en bij handvaardigheid en mensenmaatschappij eigenlijk nooit.
Voornamelijk de lessen waarbij de docenten niet echt opletten of wat meer zeg maar zelfstandig je laten werken.
Ja, dat is echt zo. Ja. Als docenten geen energie steken in de les, dan merk je ook dat leerlingen ook niet echt hun best gaan doen en dan gaan ze op hun telefoon.
There have been warnings for some time about the presumed negative effects of mobile phones in the classroom and how they may undermine school performance. The ban will apply to secondary schools from January the 1st, 2024. Former Giro Italia champion Jai Hindley seized the Tour de France's yellow jersey on Wednesday after claiming the first mountain stage of this year's race during an eventful ride in the Pyrenees. Hindley was part of an early breakaway and became the first Australian leader of the race since Rowan Dennis back in 2015. Defending champion Jonas Vingegaard showed his great form in the last climb of the day when he dropped two-time winner Tadej Pogačar with a sharp attack. Vingegaard moved into second place, 47 seconds behind Hindley, according to provisional results.